In 24 hours time, King Charles III is being crowned here in Westminster Abbey, and the eyes of the world are going to be here. I'm going to be here. Well, not here, I'm going to be on the Mall, hopefully. If I can get a spot, I'm going to have to wake up at midnight, get there by 1 AM. So my alarm's set. We'll see how it goes, see if I get a space. And this video is going to be about that experience. What it's like travelling in the middle of the night to a massive event, what the crowds are like, and just what the experience is like. So come along and join me. So I've made it onto the Mall. It's about 1 PM and there are tents everywhere, as we expected. No real surprise. The question is, what will it be like when we get here at like 2:30 in the morning? Will the tents have gone? Will they have been made to bring them down by then? Or will they still be there? Will there be room for everyone? Will there be room for me? We'll see. Let's cut to tomorrow morning. We'll start off with the travel montage. After a very short sleep, I left the hotel just after midnight. Even this late, there are a number of different routes I could have taken to get into London, but Google suggested my best bet was to get on a bus, head to Heathrow, and then get on a tube from Hatton Cross. It's 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm at Hatton Cross tube station. I have the whole place to myself. It's quite eerie actually, how quiet it is, which is good I guess. So I've got to get the Piccadilly line all the way to Green Park. It's going to be a nice simple route. I've just caught the bus from the hotel. It's nice and easy, no drunk people. It was quiet, there were a few people kind of leaving from work, so that was good, that was nice. Went past some sleeping planes at Heathrow Airport. I'm imagining the tube, when I get on it, it'll be this quiet, but we'll see how busy it gets as we get close to Green Park, where we're getting off. And then, hopefully,
the next train to
a spot on the Mall. And the tube was quiet. Of course, it was no surprise to find the train completely empty so far out from the centre. But over the hour journey, only a handful of people got on, and only some of those got off at Green Park. So my fears of floods of people arriving at this time of night were unfounded. I followed the Marshall Line path back to the tents. Right, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm in St James's Park, and let's go and find a spot. It's been pretty quiet. The number of tents has gone up, but not massively. It looks quite similar. Definitely going to get a spot. I just need to find what the right spot is. Let's go. I found a small empty spot and put my stool down for a few hours. What surprised me was how quiet it was. Most of the people were asleep, and those that were awake were being very quiet, trying not to disturb them. Even the group that had a fire, that really surprised me. But then 5 AM came and the sun rose, and so did everybody else. It seemed everyone woke at the same time. Maybe they disturbed each other, but more likely I think that the early sun woke them all up. Quite soon everyone was packing their stuff away, bringing their tents down, and as they did so they freed up more space and we all started to move forwards. All except for the group of Americans at the front. They were determined not to pack anything away and not to make any room for anyone else, which was a real shame. It caused a lot of frustration. You can see here I've moved to the front and there's quite a crowd behind me, wanting space. But these people are determined not to move, not to take down their bunting separating everything. Eventually they did, but they never did put all of their chairs away and make space for everyone properly. Every so often something would happen. Some horses would go at the Mall, some soldiers would come out. A large group of policemen marched down the Mall and everyone applauded. Everyone was so desperate for things to happen that any time anyone drove past or did anything, there was a round of applause. The amount of police increased and started going in all directions. There were different types. There were armed police, your regular bobbies, and a line of ceremonial officers dressed in tunics. Some of them had the unlucky job of staring at a green wall for the entire ceremony. I don't know what they'd done wrong to pull that short straw. As time went on, there was more and more activity on the Mall. Everything from road sweepers and bands and cars through to naval officers carrying things. You never knew what was going to come next. It could be some mounted police. It could be some soldiers. Who knows? It was all fascinating to watch and really enjoyed this build-up. At this point, you're probably thinking that the parade had actually started. But no, this was just something else going on. This was one of my favourite parts. The Mall is lined with soldiers evenly spaced all the way along it. But they don't just walk into position. They split up into small groups, then accurately cross to the other side of the road, and then place themselves exactly 5 steps away from each other. I should point out that most of what you can see is filmed by holding my phone as high as I can. At eye level, this is the view. I could still see, and this footage perhaps makes it look worse than it actually was. I could still see fairly well, particularly anything on horseback. Then some mounted police came by, and this was the start of the procession. A band quickly followed, and they started their music right by us, and the excitement quickly built. Prince and Princess of Wales, possibly.
Who is it? Who is it? I've seen it. Comes after, you know.
I think so.
I must see if that's look at that. Fantastic.
This procession was short and ended quickly. Afterwards, those of us with chairs small enough to fit into the little room we had, sat down, had a rest, ate some food, and tried to stay dry, and in some cases, awake. So far, there have been thankfully very little commentary, but they streamed the audio from the service to us, which was appreciated.
In which peoples of all faiths and beliefs may live free. The coronation oath has stood for...
We could hear drums occasionally walking by, and after my feet had stopped aching enough, I stood up to see what was going on. It turns out that nearly everyone involved in either the salute or the main procession was marching the route backwards towards their start positions. It was huge and went on forever. We had a great view as the people in front of us were now seated.
We are opened to the transforming love of God. Amen.
Then there was a bit of a kerfuffle from one area of the crowd, where a squirrel had popped down to say hello to everyone. Then it was time for the controversial People's Pledge. Surely here everyone would swear allegiance.
Those who wish to offer their support to do so, with a moment of private reflection, by joining in saying, "God save King Charles" at the end, or for those with the words before them, to recite them in full. I swear that I will pay true allegiance to your majesty and your heirs and successors according to law. So help me God. God save the King. God save King Charles. Long live King Charles. May the King live forever.
I have to say, I was expecting a slightly more enthusiastic response than that. The sight of some mounted police signified the start of the main procession. This time, we had some commentary from a photographer who climbed a tree for a better view, and he gave us all a heads up of what was coming.
There's all the flags of the Commonwealth coming down.
And then, of course, the excitement of the King and all of the other royals.
There is, guys. It's coming. If we phone, we can see it. James, are you videoing it? Yeah. I'll take it. Who's that?
No, she's the worst. She was the She was
My back's killing me. I've just got a 20-minute video.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
You can't share it? The screen recorder.
After the procession had passed, I took a much needed loo break and then came out and tried to work out where to go and what to do next. I really wanted to see the flight past. My luck was in, and I popped out just at the right place as they were opening up the gates to the mouth, and we started our walk down towards the balcony.
Are you through?
I'm on now!
Oh, there's a space there.
Awesome! Move! There's space! I can walk. It's tough standing still for that long.
Cara. See Ollie.
Walking at the similar rate to Max, you taking photos of this?
So we walk down the mall. There it is.
Yeah.
We're exactly where we were watching from the other side of the fence. Moving again. We keep stopping and then starting again. See where we end up. Right next is Amy for the Canadian flag. That was quite cool to get that far away. This is amazing. I think we'll get this far. We've made it to the memorial. We're going round. We're actually going to get a good view of the balcony. So I'm not expecting to do this. But we're still going. So we'll become a little bit of a mad scrum. Everyone trying to get a position here. But I think if we keep going round, it'll be even better. But space to walk, not walking quickly. Nice scram. Okay.
I'm really small.
Well, the umbrella, and I think we'll park here.
Yeah, I'll put the flag. The other one. You're welcome.
Will, give us a wave!
Unfortunately, because of the weather, the flight pasts had been cut back severely. There were just a few helicopters and the red arrows. I have to say, the red arrows did more than make up for it. Let's get out of here. I think I'll follow these people here. Well, that was staggering. Heading the exits, heading for the tube. Didn't get into that close. That's just great. Still stuff going on, trying to walk through a crowd while recording. It's fun, but yeah, that's the easiest thing to do is follow the crowd and get on the tube. It goes the right way. I rushed. It's back out. People are still leaving. So the exit we're heading towards is closed.
They are replaced.
So we're now fighting against the crowd. They're all trying to get to the exit and head towards Constitution Hill, which involves going past the whole crowd that's in front of Buckingham Palace.
Both.
We'll get there. Okay, so it turns out the block's entrances were only temporarily blocked. It's now open, so we're getting out. This is the shuffle to the tube station. I'm going to go to Green Park, so that's good because I have choices at Green Park. I've been to a couple of different routes. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's all over. I think this is my life. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Ring, ring, ring. It's so weird. We're on the tube soon, and Elizabeth line and back at the hotel. I may have spoken too soon, we are properly moving now. Hopefully not now. That's not great about London. The tube gets people out so quickly. Okay, we're going to Victoria. So I need to find a route for Victoria. Ooh. I'm jealous of that lens. The walking tour of London continues. So we're going to get Victoria Line, Jubilee Line, Elizabeth Line.
You've got to end it. You've got to end it. I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it.
Park suspended from Victoria to Brixton. If anyone comes into the station, do not go down onto the Victoria line as we are suspended.
Victoria line running immediately. Your road.
Central London service. We're right on the platform, the board. Utilise the further length of the platform, the board this train, please. Carriages, please.
It goes without saying that the journey home started with a crowd and a crush, but my route took me just one stop on this line, and then I could quickly get off and move to the more bearable Jubilee line. Again, this was a journey of just one stop, so very soon I was on the big, comfortable and more importantly quiet trains of the Elizabeth line.
Take the passenger off before boarding the train. is the train to Heathrow.
And that's me done. I'm close enough to the hotel now to call that done. Just a very short walk away. It always amazes me how many people can be moved across London in such a short space of time. The tube, they just disappear into it and very quickly everyone's dispersed and on their way. It's not taking that long to get back at all. So very pleased about that. I'll show the next Elizabeth line train coming in and I'll leave that as a sign off. Great day. Loved it. Hard work, lots of stamina involved, but got to see everything I wanted to and more. So brilliant. Bye for now.